My name is Sophia Cotton. I'm 22.
Why would any self-respecting black person have the last name or keep the last name Cotton? I mean, that's like an Irish person being named Whiskey, or a German person, or a Native American being named Feather. It just doesn't make any sense.
I have a 1-year-old son. I'm a single mom. I make $7.50 an hour at McDonald's.
This is why automation is happening throughout the nation, because robots can't get pregnant, and I'd rather have a robot with a meaningless expression than having her, because she just seems like bored. She just seems low energy. And she it's not like she doesn't have the calories to burn here. But yeah, for some reason, it's the company's fault for her not choosing a career or having a marketable skill that could support her growing family.
I make 230 to 240 every 2 weeks. I've been working there for almost a year.
With her award-winning personality that she's showing on camera, I wonder why she's not coming up the ranks. But no, really, as a person who worked for customer service ever since I was 16 or so, I have to say, you have to be like a politician in the way you draw in and be nice to people. And she doesn't seem like the personality yet alone to like draw in or keep customers, having repeated customers coming back and back. She seems a little flat and have no energy to her at all. She doesn't even have the self-respect and dignity to fake it for the camera.
I haven't had a raise since I started working there. They have a slow week, you going home every day. I came into work one morning, I had to be there at 7. And once the general manager came in, she came in like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and she was like, oh, okay, well, Sophia, you can clock out. And I'm like, well, I just got here. She's like, oh, well, we don't need you, labor's high. You can go ahead and clock out.
It's better to not have a job exist for a day than not have a business exist for the rest of your life. 95% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years of launching, and one of the reasons why is overzealous employment practices.
It's not really matter to them if we making our hours and getting paid.
With such a deadpan and emotionless expression, doesn't even matter to you if you're making your hours. I mean, we know that you're getting most of your living off welfare.
I got 261 in food stamps last month.
And I see it's benefiting you well. Wow, do they pay welfare by every pound a recipient weighs? Jesus Christ.
Then they deducted it to 216.
They only took 45 bucks. Uh-oh, 45. Trump!
To go through the whole month for 216 is feeding my son, me, every day, like feeding breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I buy like frozen foods that I can keep in the refrigerator, on the freezer. I don't buy fresh fruits and stuff like that because it's not guaranteed that it'll be eaten all.
Yes, you don't get a body like that eating fruits and vegetables. And notice the spectacular vocab of her. She's like, ate and all. Like Jesus. And people's like, well, if you don't support abortion, then you're just going to have more of her getting babies. But she's complaining about only living off 200 to 100 bucks. And abortion is $800. So even if it was available to her, she couldn't even get it.
Come on. With child care, I get CCIS, which is like covers your child care or any daycare that you would like your child to go to.
Why don't you just stay at home or have the father take care of the baby while you work?
His dad's actually incarcerated, so it's like just me.
All right, single mother, check. Got pregnant by a thug, check. On public assistance, check. I mean, she's just checking all the boxes. And I might add a new one. Name is literally Cotton, check.
Come on, Safi. I want my son to not have to struggle the way I struggle. He's going to have a good paying job. He's not going to have to pick through anything. He's like, I'm going to do anything he want to do, he'll be able to do.
Look, unless it's a black employer, I don't think anybody would like to pick Cotton. Or, you know what? I just thought maybe she's smart enough to name the child after the father. But either way, the jokes just make itself. I'm sorry, I had to make that corny joke.
Give me a cup. I'm going to make it easier for him so he won't have to see a struggle at all. Because I'd rather struggle for him than him struggle for me. Like, I just want him to know. I'll make it easier for him.
While I was editing this video, I actually liked this part because this is the only part where I actually see her seem to smile or almost crack a smile, and it really kind of melts my heart.
My number one always is to make sure that my rent is paid, so I make sure that we have somewhere to live. Me and my sister split it. We paid $220 a piece. I was in 30 pays, $125 of it for us.
Can somebody please explain me how a year's worth of rent, $1,500 is what I pay in a month? Like, that's just mind-boggling. And the houses look pretty nice.
I only go to the doctor like if I need to go or I have no other choice to go, I'll go.
Like the rest of us, hell, I don't think I went to the dentist in a little over 3 years. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen, right?
I needed a root canal for one of my back teeth, and it was like, well, you know, if you get a root canal, I think they told me it was like around $300 something, but they needed like a down payment. Like I had to pay the whole thing or put down like half down payment. So I'm just like, okay, well, how much would it be like to pull a tooth or whatever? And they like, oh, well, it's free to pull a tooth, but we rather not pull a tooth because it's savable. And then I'm like, well, I'd rather you pull it because it's like I can't pay for it, but it's bothering me and I don't want the pain, so I'd rather you just pull a tooth. It's not really what you want to do, but it's what you have to settle for because you can't afford to get the right dental care.
Hello, Dr. Amjad. Yeah, it's me. Long time no see. But yeah, you can schedule that appointment for Monday. You know, I want to make sure that I keep all my pearly whites.
If I wasn't getting like rent, assistance, food stamps, or child care help, I think I would still be like living in a shelter or something because I wouldn't be able to pay rent and take care of my son and, you know, make sure he clothed and fed off of the checks that I received from McDonald's.
There's two types of taxpayers, the net payer and the net debtor. People who pay more taxes than they take out, mostly because they use public roads and don't use any public services other than the roads. But yeah, there's people who are net debtors who use, like her, 3 forms of pretty much welfare. And you heard from her mouth, if it wasn't for the child, she wouldn't get most of, if not all, of the welfare that she has today. People like this have babies because welfare opens them up to a world of benefits that pretty much improves their life overnight.
I want to eat. It bothers me that I have to rely on government help, and I know that they making billions and billions of dollars. Like, it's like, why should I have to rely on them when I'm working for you? I should be able to rely on you to pay me for doing the things that you want me to do for you.
When I was a kid, they always had this bum that usually like wash your car for a few bucks. Like they would just throw a towel on your car and then wipe your windows and then you throw some money at them. And usually it would be like $2 to $5. But if I was like the thinking of her and I was making like maybe 40 to $20,000 a year, the bum could say, "Hey, I you make so much money, you could give me like $500 or $400." This is how I think the thinking of like a lot of the moocher class is, that so what, they're making this amount of money. Or if somebody mows your lawn and they do it for $20, you could give them like maybe $1,000. It's called supply and demand, and it's called skills, like being like good at a particular skill set. Just because your employer's making this much of money doesn't mean they could give you any more money than you are worth.